Hi there, today is November 30th, and today I just want to talk about the beauty of humility. and, I've just been really reflecting on life. It's like kind of the end of the year, and it's that time where we get to, reflect on everything that went well and didn't go so well in 2025. And I would say, well, after all the cancers and all the shit that I've gone through in my life, this was the hardest year I've ever had. And, interestingly enough, through this year and how hard it was, I was able to witness miracles that I wouldn't have been able to witness had this not been the hardest year of my life. And, so I'm really remaining grateful for that. But this is very interesting. And the reason I like to make videos every day is because I like people to see the truth. And I feel like there are way too many people out there showing us the wins and, when everything goes well. I mean, there's a lot of shit in my life going great. And I could fucking talk about that every day and how I'm killing it at the gym and how I'm feeling so much better in my body. And, I could talk about my wins all the time, but who the fuck cares about my wins? Like, what I believe people actually care about is what we're struggling with, because we're all fucking struggling. And anybody out there who tells you they're not, I think is really full of shit. And I could be wrong. I'm not trying to be right. But what I'm trying to be is someone authentic, saying, life is fucking hard. And then it's not. And then it is again. And it's like, it's our choice to stay stuck in the emotions of, it's our choice to not get to the other side of what we're going through. But it's not our choice to determine what challenges we're faced with. And I'm also not wanting to be the person that sets you up for life has to be hard all the time. To be perfectly honest, what I'm recognizing about myself after, these 10 years of my life being so difficult, like my life falling apart so many times in these last 10 years, what I've realized is I am much more comfortable with my world falling apart than I would be with things going well. And so I don't want to be the person that sets you up for that either. So that's why I talk about it openly and honestly every day, because I want people to see me shifting into a more a place where I'm expecting miracles to happen, and seeing the blessings in the little things, but also seeing the blessings in what could be, or what could be blessings in the big things. So I just keep talking this out because no matter where we are in life, like, I got my miracles these last couple weeks. I got some like fucking mountain moving miracles happening in my life. And I can't talk about it because it involves another person, but I'm telling you, when we give it to God, God really shifts it. And sometimes God will hang on to it for a little longer because we need to learn more through it. And what I'm getting really, really good at is trusting that everything is working out for us, no matter if it seems that it's not. It's still working out for us. As hard as it gets, it's working out for us. But like I said, I keep talking about when things get hard, but I want to start talking about when things go well. Like, this situation in my life is amazing, and I have seen the miracles. So now it's like, okay, why don't I now apply that to my future? I've had 8,000,001 business ideas, and every time I have an idea, I get really excited about it. I believe it's the idea. I put it out there, and it's like fucking crickets. And it's been very fucking frustrating because I had a really successful business before I got sick. Like, I was doing very well. I was doing what I loved. I was on top of my game. I was traveling, I was teaching, I had a really successful practice. I was doing very well financially, but abundantly, where it was like I loved what I was doing and people loved what I was doing, and I felt very successful. But I was a very broken woman, healing people from the state of brokenness. And then I was in a system where we were all pretending that we had our shit together. And we were all pretending that everything was great all the time. Because if we spoke about the things that we struggled with, it made us look weak, and nobody would want to work with us. And that was such a backwards way of doing things, but I didn't realize that at the time. So because I saw everyone else pretending, I jumped on this bus of fucking total fakeness. And so I just continued to hide my struggles and watch everyone else hide their struggles, to the point where the system, I don't even know what's going on anymore, but I know it's just totally crumbling, and people are seeing through it. And I feel like the consciousness on the planet is rising so much now that people are seeing the truth about a whole lot of stuff. And unless you're 1,000% fucking authentic, people are going to see through you, and they're not going to be interested in anything that you have to share. I shouldn't say that. There's going to be a lot of people that still like the fake, but why would you want fake people interested? And I'm seeing this in my own life too, that people that I thought were really, really wonderful are starting to show some true colors, where I'm like, but you're not being honest. You're not you're not sharing with people that you're struggling financially or in your relationships. Like, nobody cares about your wins. People care about what we're struggling with. And I keep saying this because it's God speaking it through me. God keeps telling me, share your struggles because people are struggling. So I'm here to do that my life is wonderful. I'm so blessed in so many ways, but financially I'm fucking struggling, like really, really struggling. And like I said, I've had 8 million business ideas, and they were very good ideas, and no one has been interested. And to the point where, if I didn't have this house that I was living that my mom and dad bought when I got cancer, when I got my second cancer, I was living in a tiny cabin, and the day before I got diagnosed with cancer, he told me he was selling the cabin. I was not able to work for those years, so I had nothing left. My home had sold, and I was living off the equity in that, and that was gone. All my savings was gone. Everything was gone. Financially, I had nothing. And then I got diagnosed with breast cancer, which meant I couldn't fucking work for another how many years. So my parents bought a house for me and my kids to live in, and then my mom died suddenly. And if it weren't for that house, I would be homeless, because I did end up getting a job last year because my business was not working. Nothing was working. And so I got a job, and yet working full time, I still didn't make enough money to pay rent. I have not paid my dad rent for this house, and he doesn't expect it, but I still, the fact is, if it weren't for this house, I'd be fucking homeless. Let that sink in. And this is why I'm so drawn to helping women find employment so that they can be home with their kids. I just have to create it myself. And I don't know, is God going to help me do this? Maybe not. Maybe I'm going to have to, because I lost the job. There were budget cuts through the government, and those jobs barely exist anymore, which is such a disservice to our poor children. But I'm sharing this because I want to share my struggles with you, because we're all struggling. So, yeah.